Today, we remember the life of Phil Robertson, a man who lived boldly, spoke his truth, and left a mark on American culture and faith like few others have. The beloved patriarch of the Duck Dynasty family has passed away. His death is a loss to millions who cherished his wisdom, wit, and unapologetic devotion to his values. In this video, we will walk through Phil Robertson's entire life, from his humble beginnings to his rise as a cultural icon. We'll explore his early years, family, education, college football career, his revolutionary invention, fame from Duck Commander and reality TV, his personal life, his beliefs, his awards, and the legacy he leaves behind. Backhand index pointing right before we begin, please like this video, leave a comment to share your favorite Phil Robertson moment, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video to honor his memory. Let's begin the story of Phil Robertson. Early life and family. Phil Alexander Robertson was born on April 24, 1946, in Vivian, Louisiana, into a working-class family that knew poverty but also deep family bonds. He was the fifth of 7 children born to James Robertson and Merritt Robertson, both of whom raised their children to appreciate nature, hunting, and Christian values. The family lived off the land, without modern conveniences, no plumbing or electricity, but full of warmth, discipline, and faith. His siblings included James, Harold, Thomas, Jan, Judy, and C. Robertson, who would later become famous alongside Phil on Duck Dynasty. Education and high school career. Phil attended North Caddo High School in Louisiana, where he was a standout athlete. He especially excelled in football, baseball, and track, attracting attention for his toughness and skill on the field. Coaches and teammates recognized him as a natural leader, and he helped carry his football team to several strong seasons. College career and football stardom. After high school, Robertson earned a football scholarship to Louisiana Tech University in Ruston. There, he played quarterback from 1966 to 1968, ahead of none other than NFL Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw, who was his backup. Robertson was known for his strong arm and competitive nature. However, while Bradshaw would go on to NFL glory, Phil made a life-changing decision. He walked away from a potential pro football career. Robertson said he was more interested in hunting and the outdoors than the bright lights of professional sports. He later earned a master's degree in education, specializing in English and physical education, early adulthood and invention of Duck Commander. Despite teaching for a while, Phil's true calling came from the woods and the marsh. An avid duck hunter, he noticed that commercial duck calls didn't sound realistic. So, in 1972, he invented his own, a duck call that mimicked the real sound of a mallard. That year, he launched Duck Commander, a company that sold handcrafted duck calls from his home. His invention revolutionized the duck hunting industry, and Duck Commander became a massive success. Under his leadership, the brand expanded to apparel, gear, DVDs, and books. He was later joined in the business by his sons, particularly Willie Robertson, who helped grow it into a multi-million-dollar company. Phil was honored by the Outdoor Channel and hunting associations for his contributions to the field, including the Golden Moose Lifetime Achievement Award for his influence on hunting culture. Duck Dynasty and rise to fame. In 2012, Phil and his family became the stars of Duck Dynasty on A&E, a reality series centered on the Robertson family's business and lives in West Monroe, Louisiana. The show became an instant hit, drawing over 11 million viewers at its peak and turning the Robertsons into household names. Phil became known for his rugged wisdom, long beard, conservative values, and iconic closing prayer at the end of each episode. He brought Bible verses, family values, and Southern grit into millions of homes. Personal life, wife, and children. Phil married his high school sweetheart, Marcia K. Robertson, also known as Miss K, in 1966 when he was just 20 years old. Together, they had 4 sons, Alan, Jace, Willie, and Jep Robertson, all of whom became central figures in the Duck Commander legacy and Duck Dynasty. Their marriage, though challenged by Phil's struggles with alcohol in the 1970s, endured because of Kay's unshakable faith and Phil's eventual religious awakening. Phil gave up drinking, turned to Christianity, and became a passionate evangelist. He later learned in 2020 that he had a previously unknown daughter, Phyllis, from a past relationship, a story they embraced with openness and faith. Illness and death. In the final years of his life, Phil suffered from chronic health issues, including complications from COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and cardiovascular disease, likely linked to decades of smoking and the toll of outdoor living. Phil Robertson passed away peacefully on May 25, 2025, surrounded by his family at his home in West Monroe, Louisiana. His cause of death was officially listed as complications from advanced heart failure. His death prompted tributes from celebrities, political leaders, faith communities, and fans across the country. Lifestyle, cars, and houses. Despite his wealth, Phil Robertson lived a humble and simple lifestyle. He resided in a modest but spacious cabin-style home in rural Louisiana, preferring rustic decor, wood stoves, and land over luxury. He was known for driving pickup trucks, ATVs, and boats rather than fancy cars. His emphasis was always on function, not flash. He hunted daily, fished regularly, and lived off the land as much as possible. Phil Robertson's legacy is multifaceted. To some, he was a folk hero, a self-made man who embodies rugged individualism, faith, and patriotism. To others, he is a polarizing figure, outspoken and unafraid to express controversial views. Regardless of opinion, Phil's impact is undeniable. He transformed a homemade duck call into a multi-million-dollar brand, led a family empire that captivated millions, and used his fame to preach a message of redemption and salvation. His influence extends beyond television and into the cultural fabric of conservative Christian America. Phil Robertson is not merely a reality TV star. He was a symbol of unapologetic faith, resilience, and the power of personal transformation. Phil Robertson taught us that you don't need fame to have purpose. You need faith, family, and the courage to live what you believe. May he rest in peace, and may his legacy live on in the generations he inspired. Thank you for watching. Please honor Phil by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Tell us your favorite Phil Robertson quote in the comments below.